Well, how about the host for the 2014 World Cup? Well, Brazil took nearly an hour to break through before finally winning 2-0 against a Zambia side who were hampered by chaotic preparations for the friendly in Beijing. Chelsea midfielder Oscar came off the bench to open the scoring with a deflected effort. Well, the game was then put beyond all doubt when Dele notched his first international goal with a close-range header. Now, Brazil's win was their fourth in a row as they bounced back from August's shock defeat in Switzerland. The Chipolopolo of Zambia, playing under 35-year-old interim coach Patrice Bomel, was without three regulars following a bizarre tug-of-war with their club TP Mazembe.
And Brazil, on the hour, have the lead in Beijing. The deflection turned an innocuous-looking shot into a wickedly dangerous looping effort that flummoxed and defeated Kennedy and Wayne. Oscar picking the ball up 25 yards or so out from goal. And it came off Lungu. Neymar. That's three.
Now, Super Eagles Team B will kickstart their preparations for a first-ever appearance at the African Nations Championship on Thursday, October the 17th. Head coach Stephen Keshe has invited some 28 players to report in Abuja as the team gets set for an international friendly with Jordan, billed for Amman on October the 28th. Chigozie Agbem, Azubike Gweke, Benjamin Francis, Solomon Kwambe, Gambo Mohamed, Victor Namo, Ogenekaro Etebo, Ejike Ozonyi and Ifeanyi Ede are the familiar faces in that squad. Now, the team is expected to leave for Amman on Friday, October the 25th. The European Table Tennis Federation has confirmed that the DHS Europe Cup will serve as its qualification event for the International Table Tennis Federation World Cup. The ETTF said the competition, with a prize money of €50,000, will bring together the best 12 men and 12 women players from around the continent. The ETTF also revealed that players finishing in the top 3 places at the DHS Europe Cup will have a guaranteed spot for the World Cup, while the others, in order of final standing, will still have a chance to qualify based on their order of finish and their world ranking position. Now, British racing driver Shaun Edwards has been killed in a crash at the Queensland Raceway in Australia. The 26-year-old, the son of former Formula One driver Guy Edwards, died when the Porsche in which he was an instructor of a 20-year-old male slammed into a wall and then caught fire. A Monaco-based Edwards, who was leading the Drivers' Championship in the 2013 Porsche Super Cup season with a race to go, was taking part in a coaching day at the time, according to Australian news reports, while the driver reportedly suffered severe injuries. That's in the sports news. The News at 10 continues shortly.
Guinness. Made of more.
And now to foreign news. Europe and the Middle East also marked the Eid Mubarak celebrations, with millions joining the other Muslims at various prayer grounds. The crowd was unprecedented as worshippers prayed for peace in Europe and the Middle East. We're still on the foreign scene. Iran's negotiators are meeting with 6 world powers in Geneva for talks aimed at curbing its nuclear ambitions. This comes amid a spirit of new optimism since President Hassan Rouhani took office this summer. Temitope Fagbemi tells us more.
Iran says its proposal to nuclear talks in Geneva has the capacity to make a breakthrough. Deputy Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said world powers are receptive to his plans, but negotiators have agreed to keep the details confidential for now. Teams from Iran and 6 other nations are holding 2 days of discussions in Geneva on Iran's nuclear future.
We are serious for a real target-oriented negotiations between Iran and the other side, and we believe that the plan that we have introduced has the capacity to reach that.
Meanwhile, over 90 people have been killed after a magnitude 7.2 earthquake hit the central Philippines. The quake happened on a national holiday this morning. The U.S. Geological Survey said it struck below the island of Bohol, where officials reported most casualties. People were also killed in the province of Cebu. In the Middle East, a group of Muslim clerics in Syria say people can now eat cats, dogs and donkeys to stave off starvation. The clerics said the call permitting Muslims to eat the forbidden is a cry for help to the whole world, adding that if the situation in Syria continues to worsen, the living will have to eat the dead. Meanwhile, the governor of Afghanistan's eastern Logar province has been killed in a blast in a mosque during prayers for the Muslim festival of Eid-El. As Salah Jamal was greeting worshippers in the mosque when a bomb apparently hidden in a microphone went off. There was no immediate claim of responsibility. Finally, former Liberian President Charles Taylor has arrived in the United Kingdom to serve the remainder of his 50-year prison sentence for war crimes. He had asked the UN-backed Special Court in The Hague for permission to serve his jail term in Rwanda instead, as it will be easier and less expensive for his family to visit him in Africa. But the court said on Tuesday that no other country had offered or accepted to enforce the remainder of Mr. Taylor's sentence. And that's it on the Foreign News Wrap-Up.
Thank you for that. And the main news again. Muslims mark Eid-el all over the world, with leaders taking advantage of it to preach religious tolerance and national unity. Nigeria's President Goodluck Jonathan, while receiving his deputy and others who visited him in his home today, told Nigeria